Okay, I'm back. Okay, I had a little malfunction, but we're back. Back to the video. Okay, you can see we got a half a watermelon. This is about 7.5 pounds of watermelon. Here, I gotta have something to prop this phone up on. But I got frozen strawberries we're gonna add. Then I'm gonna take a potato masher and we're gonna mash it all up. Here, I gotta figure out how to do this. Let's put this here. We'll hope it don't cut the phone off a minute. But I'm gonna add the strawberries. Add strawberries to our watermelon. Open a bag of strawberries. Add to the watermelon. There's one bag of strawberries. I got about 7.5 pounds of watermelon, and I'm adding 6 pounds of strawberries. This will make a 3-gallon batch of wine. 6 pounds of strawberries, about 7 pounds of watermelon. And then I'm going to take my potato masher. Now everything's been sanitized with Star San. I'm going to take my potato masher and I'm going to just mash it all up here as best as I can. I cut the watermelon up in about 1-inch chunks. This is frozen strawberries, and I've let them thaw out as best that I could. But we're going to put it in this mesh bag over here. Star San is a restaurant grade sanitizer. So everything's been sanitized with Star San. But we're going to mash everything up here and get it mixed together good. And then we'll put it into the carboy. And we'll let it set overnight for 24 hours with the pectic enzyme and the Camden tablets. Camden tablets will basically sterilize everything, and it takes out the natural starches in it so that the yeast and everything will work for the fermentation process, which actually freezing starts the fermentation process, and it makes it a little easier to crush the stuff up and mix it together also. And you don't want to use a blender to mash this stuff up because you don't want all the little bitty seeds and the strawberries and stuff busted up. It'll create too much tannins into the wine. You got some natural tannins, but you don't. It suggests that you do not use a blender or a mechanical means of crushing it. You want to use like a tomato masher or something. And the freezing process helps with the, like I said, it starts the fermentation process, but it makes it a little bit easier to mash this stuff up. And it's not that hard to mash this up here. So I about got it all mixed up and mashed up together now. I think that's actually pretty good. Now what we're going to do, I got the phone propped up against my Star San squirt bottle. Now I've done sanitized my mesh bag and everything. And I got a rubber band I'm going to use to hold the mesh bag on there. It's been sanitized too. So I'm going to show you how I transfer this. Wash my measuring cup out again with a little bit of hot water and make sure I got all them enzymes and stuff out of this measuring cup. And add it back over here to my pile. Now I'm going to switch my mash bucket. And let me show you what I got. Here's what it looks like after it's all been mashed up. And I tried to pre-do as much as I could so that we could make this a quick process and not have multiple takes of this. I'm going to put my mash bucket down in the bucket. And I will show you, just let me get as much done as I can. And then I got a rubber band I'm going to put across the top here to help hold this on, because if you don't, it will fall down inside the bucket. Alright, and then once I get it kind of down in there, which is going to be some weight to it, I can start spooning it in. I can start spooning it in. It's okay to leave some chunks, because once the yeast starts hitting it, it's going to break it down, and it's going to break it down mighty quickly. The spoon and everything's been standardized with star sand, like I was saying earlier. And you can do it like this. Just try not to make a mess with it. Then once you got it all in the bag, you can take your rubber band off. If you don't put the rubber band on it, it'll all fall just straight to the bottom. Take your rubber band off and pull it up. And if you kind of twist it around in a circle like this, then you can easily pull it up and tie it into a knot. That way, you keep all the pulp and seeds and everything in the bag. Whoops, no, I didn't mean to do that. All right, now let's move this again. Let me rinse this out. Now I can add the sugar water. Like I said, you don't want to boil the sugar, but you want to get it hot enough that it'll go on and dissolve the sugar, about 2 quarts of water, and then let it cool down to room temperature. We're going to add that in on top of this right now. I could go and rinse this. Rinse out the pot enough to get out what juices are left in the pot too. And set the pot out of the way. And then rinse out your sugar pot. Make sure you get as much sugar as you can. You see there's a three gallon line right here. You can go on and fill it up to the 3 gallon line. But being this is a plastic tub, you want to make sure you don't put too hot of water in there because you liable to damage the carboy. And being that there's a bag full of pulp in here, you can actually put more than 3 gallons in here. But we want to at least get it up to the 3 gallon line. And then we want to test it. That gets us just a little bit over the 3 gallon line, but now we want to test it. All right, let me move the phone back over, and I'll bring the carboy back up